So any sort of comments as to their alleged dangerousness, there's no evidence of that. There isn't even a presumption of that.
The Tate brothers' lawyer, Tina Glandian, said they are being detained unlawfully by the Romanian authority. Glandian, who appeared on Piers Morgan's Uncensored, echoed Andrew Tate's claim that the Romanian prosecutors have not presented any evidence that they actually committed any crimes. She disclosed that the prosecutors have been investigating since April and yet could not present any evidence. Glandian said that the prosecutors are violating the international human rights law by keeping them in custody for this long.
February, and there are not even charges filed against them. So this is a huge injustice the way we see it. They should not be detained at this point. We think it's now crossed over to the point where it's violating international human rights law, because the deprivation of your liberty pre-trial is the most severe form of punishment a state can impose. And that's what they've done in this case. And they've had a very lengthy investigation with the government's resources. They've been analyzing and looking at all of their devices since April, when they seized everything. And here we are, February, and charges aren't filed. So I think there's absolutely no evidence that's been presented. And that's our position.
And when Piers Morgan asked if Andrew Tate and Tristan are being detained based on how some of the public views them, she replies that being controversial doesn't make them criminals.
They're controversial public figures, but that's not a crime. And at this point, we have not been provided any proof that they've committed any crimes, nor have they even been charged. So I would ask that people presume them innocent as they are.
Andrew Tate, Tristan, and their alleged female accomplices were at Bucharest Court of Appeal on Tuesday to challenge a judge's decision to extend their detention for the second time by another 30 days, which they lost. According to Daily Mail, a judge in Bucharest ruled that the two young women who denied being trafficked by the Tate brother did not realize they were enslaved because they had been brainwashed. The two women are said to have repeatedly told the court that they worked voluntarily for Andrew Tate and his brother, but a clinical psychologist's report stated that they were both traumatized and did not realize they were being exploited. And despite the clinical psychologist's assessment was labeled as extrajudicial evidence, judges at the Bucharest Court of Appeal still accepted it.
Exactly. There's a presumption of innocence that every accused has, and that attaches from the time you're even charged. And here, we're not even there. They haven't even charged them with crimes. So any sort of comments as to their alleged dangerousness, there's no evidence of that. There isn't even a presumption of that. They need to be presumed innocent. And that hasn't happened in this case. There's really a lack of evidence, and they are being detained unlawfully at this point.